Welcome. Great to see you. We're on day 12 and we're turning our attention to a new topic today. We've been talking about self-compassion. We meditated about stillness, and now we're moving into stress and anxiety. And those initial two topics, self-compassion and stillness, have laid a nice groundwork for us to move into stress and anxiety. And I want to begin with this quote by Eckhart Tolle, the guru master and the author of a lot of really excellent books. And what he said was, be at least as interested as what goes on inside you as what goes on outside. If you get the inside right, the outside will take care of itself. And I think that's very germane to our discussion of stress and anxiety today. And when you think about stress and anxiety, you're thinking, let's go back for a second. We talked about you have 60,000 thoughts a day, and that many of them, up to 80% of them, are negative and self-defeating. So you've got to assume that they're not all accurate. And I think that is something that is very true about worrying. We worry about things that don't come to pass. We're worried about the future. Can you remember what you worried about a year ago? Can you remember what you worried about 6 months ago? Can you remember what you worried about 3 days ago? They pass. Those things go away. But the thoughts and the things you're worrying about are reliably inaccurate. I believe that's a fact. But they're constant companions, and we know that stress and anxiety are really old friends. And as heart surgery patients, we've come to know them pretty well, unfortunately. Now, I don't know what you worry about, but as a heart surgery patient, you probably worry about some of the same stuff that I do. And I worry about, am I healthy? Can I do the stuff I used to be able to do? Am I going to be able to do that? I worry about what to eat, what not to eat, if my meds are working, are there side effects from the meds? Am I handling stress and anxiety? All of these things come into play, and that stress takes not only an emotional toll on us, it can take a physical toll as well. And, it can affect, for us, it can affect blood pressure, affect our heart rate, it can affect our breathing. But stress and anxiety are what plant the seeds of illness. And there's a lot of studies that have correlated illness to stress. So there's a way through it, and we're doing that, and that's meditation. There are certainly other tools to help with stress and anxiety, but meditation is the easiest one, and it's the most accessible, and it's one you can do every day right now. So the only secret to meditation is to persevere, and that's what we're doing. We're on day 12. We're making progress. Your meditation practice is growing and expanding, and that is fantastic. Now, I want to tell you a story about my heart surgery. And my heart surgery came just 48 hours after my angiogram. And in fact, it was supposed to be the very next day, but there were some complications in the operating room and blah, 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 but it got delayed one day. So I was in shock. I didn't have a lot of time to stress out. It's just like, oh my God, this is all changing. And I just tried to accept it. But, the stress of the surgery and the recovery came later. And boy, it hit hard. And I felt really, really discouraged for all the things that I just mentioned. And I'm sure same thing that you experienced, all of that wondering. You're worried about the future. You're worried about yourself. So I called my cardiologist and said, I need help. I need a shrink, need a psychiatrist. And he set me up with a psychiatrist. And the psychiatrist was great. And as I was struggling, I said, I need a little bit more help than this. And he put me on some meds, some antidepressants, which I took not for very long, but they helped. And then the side effects were not very desirable, so I got off those. But throughout all of that, I've still meditated. Meditation has really been my anchor through this healing process. And of course, I meditate daily, and I will for the rest of my life. I'm certain of it. And I still see the shrink. I don't take the meds, but I still see the shrink, and that has helped tremendously. But my daily meditation practice has really been the seat of my healing. And of course, it's ongoing. And why that is? Because meditation is a safe place to go to. It's a place I can go and surrender. It's a place I can go and just let go of the daily struggles and those worries, even if it's just for a few brief minutes. And it's something that I can rely on because it's just about me and my willingness. And of course, that's what I've encouraged you to bring every day, just you and your willingness, but it's always available to us. Meditation is always available to us. And when you can expand your practice to the point where you can begin to have a little space between those thoughts, that's what gives you time to respond differently to stress and anxiety. We're not reacting to it, we're just responding to it in a more measured approach. Now, having said all that, I'm not going to say that I've never experienced stress or anxiety anymore. I'm a human being, we all do, and you will. But meditation gives us another tool to be able to handle that stress and anxiety more effectively. We're better able to process that. You can bring a different attitude to it, a different perspective to it. And you just have to keep persevering and keep going with this practice. All we have to worry about is today. That's it. And I don't want you to beat yourself up about the past. I want you to be patient with yourself about the future. The future will come. But meditation is getting in that present moment, which helps us better deal with stress and anxiety. So we've started this life-changing journey. We started it with your heart surgery. That was life-changing, certainly. And now you started what could be another life-changing journey with your meditation practice. So once again, I encourage you to keep going. That's the secret to all this. And you've done it. You've done it up to here. Just do it one more day. That's all you have to think about. And today's meditation will be about making choices, about detaching, learning to observe our thoughts and not necessarily grab onto them, particularly the worrisome ones. So see you at the meditation, and I will see you back here tomorrow. Thanks so much for joining me. It is really it's an honor to walk with you on this journey, and thanks for trusting me to guide you along.